Hello, welcome to this demonstration of the FP Mailing Solutions FPI 2700 Folding Inserting System. This system is intended to take paper and fold it and stuff it in an envelope, seal that envelope, and then stack that envelope. In addition, it can add items such as reply envelopes, some small cards. It can process things like pre-folded paper or glossy paper. That's all acceptable material to process on this. I'm going to start with the feed trays as we go through this demonstration, and I'll work my way to the left. But before I head down there, I just want to show you the envelope popper. The envelope popper is down here. This is for your carrier envelope, the number 10, the 6 by 9.5, whatever size you're running. It's a bottom feed system, and so it'll feed from the bottom, which allows the operator to load envelopes on the fly so that the machine continues to produce material and finished envelopes without having to stop to reload envelopes. Now let's go back to the feeders. Feeders load very simply. Basically, you'll pull down on this side guide, you'll put the paper in as a block, and you'll lift the side guide back up. And that's loading paper. It's very simple, it's very easy. With things such as reply envelopes, you'll take your stack, you'll turn this little knob, and you'll load them in there, and you'll drop the knob down. That's as easy as it can get to load paper and media in these systems. These feeders are really good, and I'm going to talk to you about the value of the feeders themselves. They can run any item through the system that's from 3.5 inches in length up to legal size paper, up to 14 inches. And with that paper and media, it can pull multiple sheets. So I can pull one sheet from here and 2 from here. I could have another job where I'm pulling 3 from here and 5 from here. For a total of 8 pages, which is the maximum fold capacity on this machine. So it can take 8 pages, fold them in half, put them in an envelope, and everyone's happy. Reply envelopes and stuff like that, this is a short tray that comes with this system. This short tray can be replaced by a high-capacity maxi feeder, which is a feed tray that will hold up to 325 reply envelopes or 1,200 inserts. So that's a really impressive feeder for those people who run a lot of reply envelopes, pre-folded items, things like that. In addition, this top tray has what we call daily mail on it, or a semi-automatic feeder. So it's really intended for someone who's at their desk, they're doing their job, doing their work, and they're stapling sets together and they're making a pile. And they leave their desk with a stack of paper that's stapled together. They can take those individually stapled sets and drop them in here. It will accept them up to 8 pages, it folds them, inserts them, seals them, and stacks them. So that's a great feature to have also. These are really flexible. All of our smart trays can be linked. So if you wanted to have a job where you're, let's say it's an invoice or a letter coming from here. So we feed the document from here, and we're going to add a reply envelope. Well, we could load reply envelopes in both these trays. What that allows for us is when this tray runs empty of reply envelopes, it will automatically start pulling reply envelopes from here, giving the operator time to reload the empty tray, and then it'll bounce back down. It'll just bounce back and forth. That's what we call feeder linking. And we can link all the trays, or you can link these trays. The combinations are what they are. It's incredible. After a document is separated from the stack and it is fed into the system, there is a double document detector, or what we call secure and feed. Secure and feed is a real precise method of measuring thickness of paper and media. And basically what it is, it's a little electromechanical device. It's like a roller that jumps on top of the paper and measures its thickness, similar to what an engineer will use to measure the thickness of an item. And that's what we're using here, a digital caliper. It's on all our stations. And you can even use it on reply envelopes and pre-folded items, thicker material, glossy paper, heavy paper. It's not a limitation of this machine at all. So that's really good. The idea about the thickness detector, our secure and feed, is that it will protect your documents so that if you intend one sheet to end up in an envelope, one sheet will be in the envelope. If you want 4 sheets in the envelope, 4 sheets will end up in the envelope. That type of security and accuracy is really important with folding and inserting, and we have a really good method of taking care of that. Down here we have our accumulator. Our accumulator is a great part of this system. It adds a lot of value. And what it does basically is it provides an area to accumulate all the paper from the feed trays. They'll all come down here, and then from here, they all get nice and straight, collated, and then head to the folder. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? Do I really need an accumulator? Well, yes, of course. Because if you're pulling 3 sheets of paper from one tray, you're going to want page 1, page 2, and then page 3 to end up in the collator. And then you're going to want them to head to the folder so that the recipient on the other end, when they open the envelope, opens it up, and it's just as expected, looking at page 1, 2, and 3, all folded together in a nice compact set. The other thing that the collator does for us is, other than a place to accumulate, is it also provides a method of straightening out the paper. So we all know when you have a machine that's processing paper, paper can be curvy, wavy, warped. There's static that will affect how paper feeds, and high humidity and low humidity. Different things can happen. Side guides can be a little bit too wide. There's a lot of things that can happen to create an environment where the paper might turn a little bit or skew a little bit. If anything like that happens, this system in the accumulator will straighten out the paper before it sends it to the folder. So it's nice to have the side guides where they need to be, but if you have a new operator or someone's on vacation and someone's filling in, if they're not perfect, it doesn't matter because the system will align everything for you. Heads off, after it's all accumulated and all nice and organized, it heads it off to a folder here. We have a PowerFold 8 system. What is PowerFold? PowerFold is really important for business today because it provides a nice, precise fold. You don't have to worry about cleaning any parts of the folder. As a matter of fact, we ask you not to clean them. There are rollers in there and what we call a folding knife. It's basically an aluminum blade that comes in and makes the fold for you. Knife folding systems are generally found on the very high-end production systems, or you'll see in print shops where they're folding big brochures, thick, heavy, glossy material. In our case, we do have a knife folding system, and we've brought it down to this level so you can have the precision, the low maintenance, the low noise of that high-end powerful system in a smaller package to do your jobs. After the items are folded, and of course we can do the C fold, letter fold, half folds, Z fold, double parallel folds, and even a no fold if you need to. After the fold is made, it goes into the envelope. The envelope will be waiting. It goes right in. It seals the envelope, closes the flap, and then stacks it in one of several exit devices. Let's run a job. This is a one-page. It's going to pull this sheet. It's going to bring it to the accumulator. It's going to fold it, insert it, and then it will stack it. So let's just watch it for a minute. Very simple. You load the paper, you choose a job, push the button. I'm going to go ahead and stop it. When we press the stop button on the screen, we'll actually clear out the entire system, so you don't have to worry about documents being left internally. The system's great, so let's change jobs. So we ran one job, let's change it to a different job. So we're just going to change it to a job here that's called marketing. And of course you can name these jobs what your jobs are called, whether you call them bills, invoices, statements, letters, or whatever. So this job is going to pull a sheet from the top and a sheet from the bottom. And the nice thing about that is we're going to bring them down to the collator very quickly. We're going to do some fine organizing of them in the accumulator. And again, all you have to do is load the paper, load the envelopes, and push start. So here's the job we're running. I'll go ahead and press stop again. So one of each sheet of paper. How easy is that? Now again, I'm going to do one more for you. This time we're going to run this reply envelope. So I have a number 9 business reply envelope. I'm going to pull a sheet of this paper and we're going to put them together. I'm going to show you how that looks. Now, as I go to choose that job, I want to talk a little bit about the display. It's a nice 5.7-inch cover glass display. It's a lot like a tablet. It's really cool. You can swipe to the left or the right to see other jobs. In this case, I have 4 jobs, but if you get more than 6, it allows you to go to the next screen. You can have up to 50 different jobs, meaning different folds, different fold types, dimensions, envelope sizes, the whole bit. It can do reading of barcodes, OCR, OMR, all these different reading technologies if you're doing variable page sets like invoices or statements or bills of some sort. The other really cool thing is bringing it back to the tablet type style, which we're all used to. And if we're not used to it, we're getting used to it because of our smartphones, our tablets, our color touchscreens that we're using, is that you can touch something to make it happen, or you can press and hold to do things like copy a job or edit a job, delete a job, rename a job. That sort of stuff is available here. So it's really at a touch of a finger. It's not even a button. There aren't any buttons on this machine. So it's really cool. It's really easy. So I'm going to choose this job. It's called, what is it called? Invoices with Reply. So I just touched it. It loads the job. I would get my envelopes, right? I would load my envelopes. I would load my paper, which I showed you earlier. I would load my envelopes, which I've showed you earlier. And then all I have to do is press start. Now, before I do that, if someone is temporary or if they're filling in for someone on vacation, this machine will show you where to put the invoice document, where to put the reply envelope document. So there's no guessing, does it go here, does it go here? The display shows nice and clearly how that is. So I'm just going to press start. And so you can see the reply envelope is coming down with the paper. Grab the stack out. As I remove this from the envelope, you'll see the yellow envelope is tucked inside the folded document, which is great. You push the stop button to clear it out. It's fantastic because if you're doing small inserts or reply envelopes, you don't want them to be left behind in the envelope if they're put behind it. Sometimes people will go in and they'll go, oh, I got an invoice, and they'll go like this, not knowing they left a reply envelope behind. And of course, you put the reply envelope in there so you can get paid faster. So you don't want that to happen. But that's the way ours tucks them in and nests that reply envelope right in there. The system overall is very small. It's very quiet. It has a lot of features and a lot of options that we haven't spoken of today. We have vertical stackers. We have exit devices that will interface right into a postage machine or a mailing machine. We have catch trays, deep catch trays. So really you can choose the exit device of your choosing. This one here will hold up to 400 to 500 envelopes, filled envelopes in a vertical stacker. Again, it's all optional. You choose what works best for you. And, one last thing I want to show you is accessibility. So let's take a look at, hey, what happens if something, needs to be removed? You basically have 2 buttons and an accumulator door. And as you can see, things are very easy to remove. It's really nice because this is half of your vertical track, the other half is here. This is half of your folder, the other half is here. The folding knives are right here. It's this nice piece of aluminum that swings in. Never needs cleaned. And, that's pretty much the system. I do thank you for joining us for this demo of the FPI 2700 from FP Mailing Solutions.